All right, practice test number 4. Find the exact value of arctan of 0. Okay, what does this mean? Anytime you see an arc, that just means the inverse of. So tangent inverse of 0. Okay, why do we need two ways to write it? If we're thinking computer programming, it's hard you don't type superscripts, so you'd write out like this. Why do you need to know that? Well, blame that on Mr. Dorner. He's old school. He's going to want you to know arctan for calc next year. So anyways, when you see an arc, just think inverse. What does this inverse mean? Well, let's say it's equal to some number x. Okay, well, if tangent inverse of 0 equals x, that means the same thing as the regular tangent of x is equal to 0. Okay, so when we're finding the tan inverse of 0, we want to know what angle we have to plug into tangent to get a 0 out. Okay, to do that, I'm going to use the graph of the tangent function. And if you ever forget what that looks like, you just pull up your calculator and graph it out like that and zoom trig. Okay, so I'm just going to give myself a little refresher here. So yeah, that's right. Tangent was this one. Where the waves went like so. And the first cycle happened between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. Okay, now as far as which solution we're looking for, if I want to know what angle, what x value gives me my 0 here, that's actually going to be this one right here when just x equals 0. And the reason I know it's that solution as opposed to like this next one at pi is if you remember our restrictions for our inverses, we said tangent inverse and sine inverse, I suppose, both happen between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. Okay, which is why this first cycle of this graph is nice for finding tangent x equals 0. Or I suppose if we needed to, we could do a 1, which is at a pi over 4. Okay, but we're just looking for the x equals 0 for this solution.